Chiefs football. They want you to like them on social media and real life, but more importantly on social media. Trenton and Ryan. It's a Trenton and Ryan. It's a Trenton and Ryan. The Trenton and Ryan Show. The Trenton and Ryan Show. Watch out! What is up, guys? We got 3 of us here, and we're all in red. Huh?
Hey.
Hey, some of us are wearing a Chiefs shirt. Trenton, are you wearing yours?
No, it's homecoming here at UCM, so I got my mule shirt.
Go mule on.
You at your homecoming. You were at the homecoming parade. we see it, Trenton. Were you at the homecoming parade? What did you do?
Yeah, so let me tell you guys about this. So I was Bucky, the dollar bill for Dollar Tree. You know, I worked there and stuff, and they got this little inflatable costume, and Bucky. I got to do that in the parade today for the homecoming parade. I guess there's a football game after that, but at 1 o'clock.
Football game. It's one of the biggest games of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. And we're doing pretty good too. Apparently, we're like 5 or 6-1 or something like that. So we're actually kicking butt this year. So go Mules. But let's see if they pull through. But anyway, it was crazy. So I get to Pine Street at like 6 in the morning, or no, like 7 in the morning, and like all the bars are like busy. People got like breakfast buffets and shots and mimosas. It was insanity. But anyway,
Bloody Marys.
Bloody Mary.
Yes.
So, I got to be this dollar bill for shout out to All Stars. Buddy Will pulled through and came through for me to help, transport me throughout the parade because, it was a challenge finding folks at Dollar Tree that wanted to, drive their trucks. It just happened that way. It is what it is. Am I a little bitter about it? Sort of. But, hey, you know what? Shout out to Tim for Tim Minnie for doing what all he did to organize it, get permission, because apparently Dollar Tree is retiring Bucky because it's $1.25 now, I guess. So I don't know what their new mascot's going to be, if there's going to be a new mascot.
$1.25? Are we?
That'd be you and Cal, little Bucky.
Bucky quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do it. I just don't want to make the costume because it's gonna look ghetto. But but anyway, yeah, no, it could work. And they need a mascot if they know it's good for them. It's great PR. The kids loved it. I was doing the tomahawk chop like most of the time.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Backed by no demand.
Yes.
So anyway, I got to do the parade. It was like 2 hours long. It was crazy. There's a lot of folks there, and it was a good time. Oh, and someone thought I was a pickle.
That's pickle. Fun. Like from like chicken and pickle?
Yes.
Spicy pickle.
Nice. So, like your costume, like can when you let's say a kid comes up and says, "Hey, Bucky," can you hear them? Can you react to them?
So, in the parade, I was on a trailer, which was like a shuttle type of thing. So there was like a seats bordering all around it, or a bench rather. So I was just walking back and forth. But yeah, if a kid comes up to me, like if I was walking up there passing out candy, I couldn't hear him because like I'm in like an inflatable dollar, like vinyl balloon. And so there's like a fan attached to me on the inside and it's like blowing air and I can't hear a dang thing because it's the whole time.
So how do you I guess how do you react, or do you just have to, can you see out of it too?
Hopefully I can see like through the eyes, but like if I'm looking down, I'm like bending over like my whole body. So hopefully the kid's just not punching me. If they're punching me, that sucks because I can't really counter without falling. So, so I just try to hug them and just be like, oh, "I love you too. Now go away."
Have you ever got into an altercation with a kid as Bucky?
Not yet.
Okay.
God willing. The kids love me.
Cool. So are you gonna pass out? I mean, you said they're retiring Bucky, but are we gonna do? Is Bucky gonna do anything for Halloween? Like, are we gonna have like passing out candy?
Oh man, that's a good point actually, because I don't know if Dollar Tree is gonna get behind the trunk or treat, because that's what they do now. Like, or I don't know if they do that in Warrensburg anymore, but it was like they used to do like a downtown like trunk or treat, and they just stopped doing that because they're just like, it's too much work and money to buy candy. Like, okay, so then just other businesses and neighborhoods started doing their own, trunk or treats, and now that COVID's not an issue anymore, I think people are just going to houses. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you still getting trick or treaters, Dad?
I am.
Heck yeah, man.
Love them.
Heck yeah. And I'll tell you my trick or treat story coming up when we talk about our favorite Chiefs players. Shout out Neil Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would you say it was a fun event, Trenton, or was it just like, oh my gosh, that was wild? And also, is there video footage of this?
There's so many videos and X's. Are they called tweets still?
Twitters, tweets, X's.
Tweets on X. But anyway, yeah, actually, Warrensburg University, Central Missouri, teachers school, they were nice enough to broadcast it, the entire parade.
You can watch it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's streaming like 2 hours ago, but it's like an hour and a half long. And we were at the end of the parade. And so I could see
finale.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's like Santa Claus.
Save the best for last.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you know, they see I see us coming up in the background, and then the camera just pans over to like the announcers, and they're like, "Oh, that was a great parade. We had all the marching bands and the sororities and fraternities, and well, God knows who else was there. A bunch of guests, but they didn't give All Stars Barbershop a shout out." And so, if anyone got any Bucky stuff out there, let us know in the comments below.
Comment below. So you they cut you out of the parade essentially.
Yeah, because by the time they panned back around, like, because they were thanking all their sponsors and stuff at that point, like
It was over.
It was over for like the next 4 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm over it. I'm not bitter about it anymore.
Oh man. Is there any other complaints that you have about the parade today, Trenton? with the Dollar Tree not forking over any trucks. The CMSU, they or University of Central Missouri, they cut you out. Did you get any food? Any like, were you like anything? Did you get any free breakfast or anything out of it?
Yeah. Will was nice enough to feed me, but last night I went to the school just to see kind of what was going on. They had a pep rally, and that was pretty cool. And then I missed like an alumni, like I think distinguished honors like gathering or whatever, and so there was still like a buffet left over. So I just like opened the door and went in there and ate like a taquito.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I didn't make a plate because I thought that was a little too.
Well, you should have, because they cut you out. Listen,
I know
they cut you out.
Been more
like
greedy.
You of the parade. So, you know.
But I did get a sweet button. I did, because they're like, "Hey, can we help you find anything?" I was just like, "Oh, I graduated in 15. I just remember this part was under construction, so I'm just checking it out."
Nice.
But yeah.
Shout out.
No, honestly,
shout out Mules.
Shout out.
Yeah, go Mules. Yeah, Mules.
Yo, Mules. Snouts out. But for real, the parade was fun. I love Warrensburg. Go Mules. And I'm glad they did put it together. They did a really good job. It's a huge event, and it's a pain in the butt. And I completely understand why people wouldn't want to sit there for 2 hours and drive their truck like 5 miles an hour with stops. So.
And, that's pretty much what a parade is.
Yeah.
Well, we are talking about it is Charger week for the Chiefs, right?
That's right.
our team is 5-1, but Trenton, we have a very special guest. You want to introduce him?
Yeah. So if you haven't noticed, my dad, Rooster Wilbanks, is here, being nice enough to join us. I just thought it'd be cool to mix it up and get different perspective from someone who's been a Chiefs fan longer than I have. So maybe longer than Ryan.
Probably. So, Rooster, who is your favorite? Like thinking back, who was your favorite Chiefs player that you like to watch?
Lots of them, man. There's too many, really. Of course, Derek Thomas, Neil Smith, Christian Okoye.
The Nigerian Nightmare. How would you like that to be your nickname?
I kind of like it better than Rooster, honestly.
That's cool.
But you're Mexican.
How Mexican Nightmare?
Yeah.
It just don't sound right.
No, but it doesn't. That's not the same ring as Nigerian Nightmare. But
No.
Christian Okoye, I think
Duron Cherry was always pretty awesome.
Yeah, underrated. Underrated. Him and Albert Lewis, very underrated.
Yes, I like them all, buddy. I like them all.
Those are. Now you mentioned in the 90s, those Chiefs. You mentioned the defense. Are actually, with the exception of Christian Okoye, but like Derek Thomas, Neil Smith, Duron Cherry, they were all defensive players because that's what the Chiefs were known as in the 90s. And fast forward to 2023, the Chiefs defense is stout.
Yeah, and so is their offense.
Your offense is going to come through, and they have. We got some old friends coming back to Kansas City, right? Mecole Hardman. What are you guys' thoughts of Mecole Hardman coming back?
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I'll let you go, Dad. What's your reaction?
That's it. You go for it, buddy. I've been talking.
Mecole, I'm sure he's pretty excited to get back. I've heard quite a bit about it. And he opens up more about like his behind the scene experience, the pain that he went through and surgery, which, kind of, showed a little more appreciation for him. But like,
right.
I just think it's interesting too, how like the Chiefs didn't make a deal for him and then he gets signed. I don't know if he made more money doing that and coming back here. I don't know how all that works, but it's just kind of interesting how it all played together. So welcome back, Mecole.
Kind of fun. Yeah. I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to some jet sweeps. Because he was very good on those jet sweeps. And before he got hurt, and he was actually last year, you were kind of alluding to this, and he said this in his press conference this week. He was a lot more injured than we thought because he couldn't feel his legs for a while. So I was like, what the heck? So, and then he came back in the AFC Championship game and made a crucial catch, and then he got re-injured. And so I think that they'll have a good spot for him. I just would like to see some jet sweeps on 3rd and 4th and 1, because as we'll go through the Broncos game, the Chiefs' short yardage situation is weird.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but there's I guess the girls' volleyball game was earlier, and they're going through town with the sirens and stuff like
the girls' volleyball team is?
The volleyball team is, yeah. Okay. Sorry about
killing
that.
It.
Hey, that's fine. Hey, so before we go into this week, the Chiefs versus Chargers, the Chiefs actually, Trenton, do you want to talk about to go over quarterback?
Yeah, I mean we can. So we
a little bit because this was a big episode though.
It was. Yeah. We'll try to keep it pretty smooth because Dad has never seen quarterback at all.
It's a good show.
So, yeah, it's on Netflix, but you know what? It's all good. I think
you watched it live.
Yeah, but he watched it live. That's true. No. So yeah, we'll just do this quick review of the episode, reaction, because it's all about perspective and what was yours like, and we're just replying to it. So the episode is episode 7, Win or Go Home, and it's playoff time, baby. So opens with Mahomes. Their house is under construction. It's a little preview. They're giving us a tour, and it's like bulldozers are still there and cranes, and
they've since moved into that house, which is cool. Sorry.
Yeah, living it while it's being built, crazy. But it's gonna be sick. It's sick. It's gonna be the Mahomes Olympics there every off-season Sunday.
The Mahomes Olympics.
And then there's a little bit of Kirk Cousins in that episode as well. They save it for last, but for the most part, it's all Mahomes and Kirk. Mariota's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, because in the last episode, if you remember, Under Pressure, it's literally the exit of him. The baby's born. It's December, and the media just like, he left his team. Just hanging.
Yeah.
But anyway, weird situation altogether. But we appreciate him and all he did for a quarterback. And I think he makes another appearance in the last episode. I could be wrong.
He does, yeah. He makes another appearance because he gets signed by the Eagles. Yeah. And he's in Hawaii with his family and his baby. He's living a good life. I'm not sad for him. He's getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah. So, pretty much the rest of the episode with Mahomes is the Chiefs versus Jags at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium.
Yes.
The infamous ankle twist game, and then Mahomes fakes being hurt the rest of the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Bengals. The Bengals fan said he faked being hurt. And then they watch Joe Burrow get hurt and play like crap. And all of a sudden it's, he's hurt. And so they're making every excuse for Burrow now.
Is that coincidence? Is that a coincidence with Burrow getting hurt? And then when Mahomes is hurt, now Burrow's hurt. Is there anything?
I don't know. I don't know. Yes. And the coincidence is okay. I'll let you. I'll let you know what I was so upset when Mahomes got hurt, because if you look at that play that Mahomes got hurt, there was a guy that was beat. The guy that was beat. There was a guard, a tackle that was beat. His name was Orlando Brown Jr. and he was. He got beat, and then Mahomes got hurt, and so I was like, "This season's on you, OBJ. It's on you." And the Bengals watched that game and thought, "Well, you know what? The Chiefs won a Super Bowl with Orlando Brown Jr., so let's go ahead and sign him." And then shout out to the Bengals right now, who, he allowed like 3 sacks a few games ago. He's been awful this year for the Bengals. So yes, or no, it's not a coincidence at all.
Okay.
It's OBJ. It's OBJ. OBJ. That's Orlando Brown Jr. If you have Orlando Brown Jr., you better have a good backup.
Quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback. Yeah,
that's good. So, he gets his ankle twisted up, and the world stops turning. And the only thing worse than Orlando Brown Jr.'s playing was Mahomes' attitude with having to go get an X-ray and take care of himself. He was so mad that he got pulled out of that game and couldn't go back out there. But he was literally like skipping.
No,
because he couldn't walk. Like,
he was hopping on one leg, handing off the ball. I'm watching this going, what the hell, dude? And his wife was going, really? He's going back in the game, really?
He's got to die out there.
Oh, God, man. What was your thoughts on that? Like, your all's thoughts when you saw him get hurt?
It's over, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I think yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of game left, and so I don't know. Until like we actually got the news of like, well, what's actually wrong with him, and like he even called it himself too. He's like, "It's just a high ankle sprain," and then Reed's like, "I'm not putting you back in until you go get an X-ray." And he's like, "Beep beep beep beep." Damn it! I can't believe it! Damn it! Like whenever the Bengals beat him, it was literally the same. Ah! Like
Yeah.
like a toddler throwing a fit. Like
Yeah.
so mad.
I love that though. I love that. Like he has a lot of passion to go out there and perform, and also, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
And then he ran to get his ankle, and he's like, "It's a ankle sprain, I know." And he runs back out. He's like, I'm good. And
Yeah, he's like, as soon as I got the news that it was just a high ankle sprain, it wasn't broken, I ran back out on the field. He's like, "Coach, I'm good to go." And it's just like, well, then Henney goes out and
he thinks possible.
they handed Pacheco the ball, and he got like a freaking 60-yard run or something.
Yeah.
And then
shout out.
Yeah, I know, right? He made it easy for him. But then he scores the touchdown. I think Kelsey caught it, and then he like punts it or throws it in the end zone. And and then they do the New Heights podcast right around when the draft is going on, I think, that's when they like are able to reconnect with whoever the fan that caught the ball was, and they could give it back to Chad Henne live for that episode. It was kind of cool
because Kelsey threw it in the stands, and that was Henne's first touchdown pass, like playoff touchdown pass. Which I think he would want that ball because it was a memorable thing, and Kelsey just chucked it in the stands. So yeah. Gosh, that was an intense game, man.
Yeah.
And then Mahomes came back.
Yeah, he did. And then Butker, he got a field goal in that one. That was super clutch. I think that was like before he gets hurt. And then, we talked about this a little bit as well, but I think it was off the record. But whenever the game's going on, and Mahomes makes like a super duper hero run to be able to get the final touchdown that they needed to get the game won, because it was like 27-20, and then defense made a play.
Yeah, he made a really good pass. Like he hung in the back of in the pocket, stepped up, and then threw a touchdown pass. I think to Valdez-Scantling. I think was it? Yeah, I think it was. And so it's just an unbelievable play to get that. And then everybody was chanting MVP, and they had to help him back up. They had to help Mahomes back up. Like his lineman had to help him back up to the
side. Because it was a really cool moment too, because they're like, "You're a dog, man. You're a dog." And like, he's grunting, he's in pain, like he's crying. And even his family's up there watching, and Brittany's just like, "He's gonna die. They need to get him off the field." and then Mahomes Sr., his Pat Daddy, is like, "It ain't in him. He ain't gonna quit. It's not his DNA.
Ain't his DNA.
It's not his DNA."
That's my boy.
DNA. Yeah, man. Shout out Pat Sr.
Yeah.
Shout out. But yeah, intense game, stressful, but it just shows that one, Andy Reid's a very good coach, because if your star quarterback goes down in a playoff game, everybody was panicking, except for Andy Reid, who just seemed like it didn't faze him. He's like, just go get x-rayed. And then Henne came in and drove him 98 yards for a touchdown, they ended up getting 98 yards. So like his steadiness, I think, helped that team, because I don't know if you know this, but Mahomes and Kelsey aren't exactly the most, mild-mannered people. Like they can get very emotional. Like, so having Andy Reid's calming influence is very good.
Agreed.
Yeah. Tagging off of that, I just remember too that moment when he did tell him to get an X-ray because it's like no, put me back in, little pushback, and he's just like, I'm fine. It's not broke. It's just a high ankle sprain. He's like, well, go get X-rays, and he's like, but I'll do that after halftime. And he's like, no, go do it right now. No, I can't believe it. So funny. But no, one of the other things I meant to talk about this before we got into all that, but it's kind of cool to look back on it. But Mahomes breaks down his game routine. We were talking about superstitions and things that we do for the game.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Mahomes actually like talks about what he does every single game. I know that even to like shampoo bottles and stuff like that, he's very superstitious. But he if he's playing a home game, he'll wear just like a nice t-shirt or like casual clothes. But if it's an away game, he'll always suit up. And then whenever he gets to go see the stadium, he'll start off at midfield. When he walks on the field, he doesn't touch any lines or logos. He doesn't walk on that. He's very respectful. He prays at both goalposts. And then, wishes like that nobody gets hurt. And that's pretty cool. Then he starts his stretching and throwing. Plays a defensive back a couple reps as well. He's talking to coaches and stuff by this point. They're kind of going over their game plan. He does his trademark shot into like arms, like whenever someone makes like a little basketball.
Oh yeah. Those are always fun to watch.
Yeah. So he'll always do that. And then they do their game drills, and then he shouts out his family, goes and gives love to them, and they wish him good game. And then when the anthem is going on, he'll stand at the 30-yard line. And after that's over, whichever tunnel is like on their side of the field is when he goes into the corner, does the jump squat and yells. And that's Mahomes' routine.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have when you guys watch the game, do you guys have a routine?
Me, not really. I mean, I try to wear my jersey if I got it with me handy. It just kind of depends on where I'm at. But I always try to wear some kind of red representing logo thing. But nah, not really, because it's just a game and I don't have any money on it. So I'm not. I want him to win, but I'm not that emotionally attached.
That's funny.
That's not my boy there. No, I got my red jersey. I got my white jersey. I'm a jersey up, man. My Mahomes, my Mahomes red and white one, or I got a Nick Bolton red one.
You got a Nick Bolton one. Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
sweet. It's so for me, I have to wear. It depends. So I start out wearing some type of clothing of the Chiefs, like this. Like I'll wear this or something, and if they're not playing well, then I change it. So I have to have things available, like different aspects, because they're not. And then if I'm watching it at my place and they start doing poorly, I'll just turn the sound down and watch it outside or try to sync a Mitch Holthus. Because I can't stand Romo. So that's my routine. I just have to I'm very superstitious.
I like Romo better than Aikman.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, he can be very annoying.
Yeah.
All those Dallas Cowboy quarterbacks.
Yeah, DBs.
Yes.
DQBs. There's something else. So that's pretty much the Chiefs. Yeah, they go on, they win 27-20. Defensive play at the end of the game and gives them the ball. Oh, yeah, because that's the other thing, too, is the Jags were making their way down the field, marching up, and then it was like a drive to the end zone. And some guy, it was maybe ETN, I think, caught it and then turned around, fumbled the ball.
Yeah, fumbled it. You cut out. What happened? What happened? He fumbled it, and then what happened?
Did he get it back?
I don't think he got it back. I think the Chiefs got it back. So, and then the Chiefs got it back, and then they ran some more clock off, and then Trevor Lawrence threw an interception, and I think it was like a one-handed catch too by Jalen Watson. It was a fantastic catch. I love how Trenton is right there, just passionate. Awesome. We'll get him back here, but yeah, where did you watch that game at, Rooster?
Just at home, and I don't like. I just stay at home by myself. Okay. I don't like other people talking, and you get around some of those people that, I played football in high school, and so I know some stuff about the game, and blah, blah, blah. I just me and the commentators. Me and Troy, cool. Tony Romo or whoever.
You don't like, because I remember when I was a kid, I would be watching the games, and we'd have like a family over or whatever, and my grandma would try to talk to me while I'm watching the game. I'm going, "Stop, Grandma!" I just remember being upset with her because I was trying to watch the game. So we'll try to get Trenton back here, but the Chiefs are actually coming off of a big win versus the Broncos. What are your thoughts on that game? Because I thought that was it was a fun game to watch defensively.
I was pretty worried. I gotta say, Denver could have easily beat the Chiefs at home.
They could have. The Chiefs actually covered. Yes. I wasn't worried because the Broncos offense was so bad that they couldn't really do anything. And your boy Nick Bolton came back after his first couple games, or first sitting out a couple games due to injury, and he got an interception.
Yes.
So that was like something that I felt like I was like, okay, I think the defense has this, but offensively, it was a struggle like in the red zone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when
the old tush push. That
yes. So let's we'll talk about that because it's 4th and 2. It's 4th and 2. The Chiefs line up for a field goal, and this is like indicative of, I feel like, how Andy Reid took this game. I don't think he took it seriously, but 4th and 2, and they line up for a field goal. And I'm thinking, okay, well, just kick a field goal, get 3 points. No, that's not what happened. The Chiefs faked it, and they did a tush push with their like 200-pound long snapper and their backup punter.
Right.
How was that supposed to work?
Nah, I don't know, man. Just give it to Mahomes. Let him eat, or Pacheco, somebody.
Some other than those two players that had the ball. So, and then also, I don't know why they're doing a tush push when it's 4th and 2. Usually when you need 2 yards, usually you do it like when you need a yard or like less than a yard, not 2 yards. So obviously that didn't work. And do you remember they ran another play? They had like a wildcat where they snapped it to Tony. And this is again that third and short, 3rd and like 1. They snapped it to Tony, and instead of handing it off like he should have, he took it, and he got tackled for a loss, and the fans just started booing because it was just like, what the heck. And I think they had Mahomes lined out as a wideout in that play too. So I'm like, what are we doing?
Very aggravating. Very aggravating.
Yeah, like your thoughts on all like the trickery of the Chiefs? Do you mean?
I don't think you need it. I don't know if Andy Reid's just trying to put stuff out there that other teams have to watch and prepare for and stuff, or if he really thinks it's going to work and it just fails miserably. I don't. Just give it to Mahomes. Let him throw it. Let him
Right.
hand it off to McKinnon or Pacheco, whoever.
Well, anybody but CEH. But yes, I think that somebody had. I think there was a theory that because Andy Reid gives like his team creativity to like, especially Mahomes and Kelsey, to come up with plays. And Andy Reid was like, okay, I'll let you guys do your little plays and show you that it's not going to work. I'll let you do it this game because we're not in danger of losing this game. And then I think that was one theory that Andy Reid was just letting them call whatever they wanted just to show them, hey, this doesn't actually work. Now let's get back to business. I don't know, but it was weird. Again, Tony throwing passes on a flea flickers, just bizarre. And then some wide receivers were still dropping passes. What are your issues, or what are your thoughts on the wide receivers that dropping passes, or do you have an issue with that?
I'm glad Hardman's back. Hopefully he can catch the ball.
Right.
That would be
looking forward to those jet sweeps, and yeah, he'll catch it, and he'll be a deep threat too.
Absolutely.
I think he'll be that deep threat that will help us at least stretch the field because they haven't been doing that. They haven't been taking a lot of deep shots. The guy that they took the deep shots, I think it was it Justin Watson who got hurt, so he's going to be out for a while. I think that's why they got Mecole Hardman back. Are you worried at all about the offense though?
I gotta say a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if we can't score in the red zone or take the top off the defense, I don't know. Well, we got Miami coming up in a couple of weeks. I hate to look that far ahead. We got the Chargers tomorrow, but Miami can put up some points in a hurry, even though it's been against not very good defenses.
Right.
They can play.
They put up numbers. I'll let Trenton back. What up, Trenton? We're talking.
Hey man, I'm almost ready. Sorry about all
that. We'll get you back here, Tommy Hawk. The Dolphins they're feasting off of the teams like the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
And so I we'll see. I'm not worried yet. I want them to not play down to their opponents.
Agreed. And they do it all
the time.
Like
they did that against the Broncos. Because the Broncos, and I hate to say that, no, I don't. The Broncos are a sad franchise right now.
Yes.
I remember when the Broncos used to beat the Chiefs all the time, and now I can't remember the last time the Broncos actually beat the Chiefs. It's been what, 16 games?
I think so.
16 games. Oh man, Broncos country, you better hide.
Yeah,
they are.
You had your last video where you said Bronco country, let's cry, and that.
Oh yeah, Broncos country, let's cry. Because here's with the Broncos, the reason why I don't feel bad for him is because their coach Sean Payton came out and was just really arrogant before the season. And was saying, that was the worst coaching job I've ever seen, alluding to Hackett and last year's Broncos team. And then for whatever reason, this year Broncos team's worse. And they're worse coach because did you see? Okay, we haven't talked about this, but during that game, the Broncos game, before half, we could talk about Butker, who I think is the MVP of the team right now. But before the Chiefs, actually, I think it was Chris Jones got a sack with 28 seconds left to go. Chiefs were getting the ball back. But for whatever reason, Sean Payton calls a timeout to preserve the time on the field so the Chiefs could drive and score. And he didn't realize that was on third down. He just didn't know the down and distance.
Yeah. Love it. Me too. Well, that was one of those brilliant play like time management calls by like Andy Reid or whatever to like, because then they use their timeout to like their advantage and stuff and psyched them out. They didn't even run a play. They got the penalty and then they punted it just to see if they could get more yardage for it. But yeah, that was really, really strategic.
I can't say enough good things about Harrison Butker this year, though. Knock on wood, though, because as soon as I don't want to like jinx it, man. He's knocking on your head, because dude kicks the 60-yarder like it was nothing, man.
In the wind,
like in the wind, like it was nothing. And then what did you say happened, Trenton? That play, somebody got poked.
Yeah, so my boy Tommy Townsend, who, by the way, shout out to him. He was injured as well and played through that. He hyperextended one of his knees and still pulled through. Dave Tobe even talked about how like their backup punter is Mahomes, actually. So that's kind of cool.
I need to see that.
Yeah, me too. So anyway, but yeah, running off the field, like Tommy's excited and yeah, Butker, you go, you kick butt. And he pokes Creed Humphrey like in the eye, just like he's so excited. He doesn't really realize it. And he's walking off the field and stuff like that. You all right? You all right? Oh, Tommy!
You think that's how Creed reacted?
Yeah. But then they're all good. They're all buddy after it. You got over it. But
cool.
But yeah, it it was pretty silly. But I mean,
I haven't. Yeah, I need to see video of that. That's funny. But poor, But I tell you, Chiefs special teams this year. I mean, specifically Townsend and Butker have been solid.
Yeah, they have. Except for that bad, fake field goal that they ran.
Oh, that's right.
Do a tight end sneak.
We talked about that. Yeah, we talked.
You already got there. All right.
Yeah, we did.
That was silly.
It was 4th and 2, and it was just God. I mean, and I was sharing this earlier. Andy Reid did not take that game seriously. He did not. He was just like, we're doing the tush push on 4th and 2 with a long snapper who's 200 pounds and our backup and our kicker. So it doesn't make any sense. That play was never meant to succeed. They were just showing tape for everybody else, like to be ready for that play.
Be ready. We're gonna run it again.
Coming.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that game, Trenton? We haven't got your thoughts on that, Bronco.
I mean, that was pretty much it. I don't have a whole lot, but yeah, like at the end of that game, they were all like hugging each other and stuff. The offense, they're like, see you in 2 weeks. See you in 2 weeks. Like, yeah, just imagine reviewing the film. Like, all right, we saw these guys 2 weeks ago. Let's look at this Kadarius Toney, quarterback. Wildcat.
That may be why Andy ran all those stupid plays, because he didn't want to actually like air anything out and he knew that he could get away with the nonsense this game.
Yeah, like it didn't ever feel close. Like I never feel like the Broncos got that momentum going because the defense just kept showing up play after play. Chris Jones batted a pass down. Karlaftis is looking hungry as ever. I think he's battling through like a knee or an ankle thing too, but I mean, we got Omenihu coming back. I know Dad mentioned that earlier. So that's going to be exciting. Maybe Frank Clark. Frank Clark didn't even play that game and they got fired.
He was with the Broncos that game. 2 days later, he's like, yeah.
He already knew he wasn't going to be with them at that point. He's just like, guys, just the thought of me going against my homies makes me sick to my stomach. I can't do it. Not for y'all.
He had a lot of stomach issues when he played with us.
He did.
I don't know what they were, he always showed up in the playoffs, so we're like, whatever, take your time.
Yeah. So that's going to be cool, too, if, like, he comes back, because that hasn't been finalized or reported on yet.
We're still waiting.
I'm
still waiting from Schefter.
Yeah, waiting for that physical to come through. But anyway, so that's exciting. To get Frank Clark back to Shark with Jones and Bolton and these young cats. But no, the game was just a weird, silly game. I'm more excited about the Chargers because they're really good, and the Broncos country just is crying right now. Let's cry.
Yeah, it's really it's I know it's so fun to be on this side of things right now. And now the Chiefs are in the middle of another run of divisional opponents because this week they have the San Diego, I'm calling that Chargers, because is it where do they're at? They haven't been in San Diego in a while, but they're in Los Angeles, but yet they don't have a lot of fans show up to their games, so they have to pay fans to be over emotional during games. Is that true?
That's an alleged rumor.
Oh, okay.
I think this lady though that you're talking about that went viral. Apparently, she does that every game in the jumbotron, but
I don't know. That
doesn't get much recognition for it. But she went on Pat McAfee, and he even asked her too if she was paid, and she's like, "No, I paid for my ticket. I'm a season ticket holder. I ain't getting nothing out of this except a great experience." But
hey, man,
she's passionate.
Yeah, hey. And her reaction, like, this is me. I mean, that's me when the Chiefs are all like at 3rd and 1, going, "Oh God, what are they going to do? What's the stupid play we're going to run right now? That's going to piss me off." And then it's a Kadarius Toney option, run pass option, where he just holds it and gets tackled for a loss of 2.
Yeah, horrible.
So it's just October though.
It is.
You know, whenever it means something, it's going to be different. They're going to be buttoned up and ready to go. I know I got cut off earlier because I was having phone trouble. But one last thing, or a couple things I wanted to note on with the quarterback episode was
yes, please go back.
There's just a couple more things.
Sure,
but we're done. So yeah, Kirk Cousins. They play the Giants. It's kind of a gritty game.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the Giants pulled it through in the very end. And so you get to see that heartbreak that Kirk goes through and having to face his family. And I think his young baby was there. And he's got like several kids. And like he goes back home and the kid's even talking about like Kirk is telling his one young kid that just got out of the bath, like, did you win? And he's just like, no, we lost. And the kid was just like, what? You didn't lose. And then like the other one's just like, yeah, I did. It was 31-20. You lost.
That was awesome. That was probably my favorite moment of the entire series was him like hit that reaction to that. Just because it was just so after that heartbreaking loss, having to go back and then, still be a dad, still be that, normal, family man. Good on Kurt.
Yeah. Really good guy. And so like, I didn't write the score down, but it was something like that. Whatever I called it. So then he goes home. Yeah. And it's just them doing their bedtime routine, talking their story time. And just being a good dad like he is. And then he reads him this book that is an homage to, I'm pretty sure, the trailer plus the very opening scene in episode 1 is the Sports Illustrated book where he's talking about the quarterback to his sons and stuff. They also sing a hymn. I don't know what hymn that it
I wasn't sure either.
It was really sweet and very wholesome. And then there's the preview for the next episode, which is the Super Bowl. So,
right.
But yeah, one of the things I also wrote down too is we hear a lot from, Pat's wife, Brittany, but you know who we don't hear a lot from?
Taylor Swift?
Jackson Mahomes.
Oh yeah, no, he was they were not going to allow him to be in that.
No words at all. Like she's having full on conversations with him in the booth. Nothing. They don't put anything that he says.
That was strategically cut him out because it was like this is going to be bad. We can't because he's just. I mean, I think that was before his like legal troubles, but he may have been in there, but then they just like cut him out after all that because one, he's not likable, and two, he was going through a lot of he's still going through a lot of legal issues. So, I think we all applauded that decision to not have him in there.
Yeah, doesn't even get a little subtitle in text or nothing. Nothing subtle about that.
No, there was nothing. Not even, yeah. They might as well have just blurred him out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They tried to like crop him out and stuff, and then eventually he probably just goes home because he's like, oh.
Yeah.
But and then Mahomes Senior comes in. He's like, get out of my camera. Which, by the way, have you seen the Marshawn Lynch did a video
with
it's
fantastic.
Mahomes Senior at Vine Street and stuff like that.
At the what was it? The Negro League Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Awesome video because it's and it was just really funny because they're just talking like two like old grandpas and they're not like, but they had that vibe like, yeah, well, I could do 80, 90 miles an hour. And like Marshawn's like, yeah, I could hit that. I could hit 103. Yeah. Like it was just like two old grandpas talking, even though they're like guys in their 40s, 30s, and 50s. But yeah, it was a good video. It was funny.
Yeah. Talking about guys that paved the way for them to get where they are. So that's a little tangent, but yeah, no. So that was pretty much it. I don't think I really got anything else on quarterback or the Broncos. Do we have Chargers stuff that we need to talk about?
You want to preview the Chargers game? Is anybody worried about this Chargers team?
Yeah,
a little. We still think Herbert's pretty good, right?
Yeah. So, like, what's the problem? Is it the coaching?
Well, it's a little bit of both. If you watch the Cowboys game, Herbert was terrible that game. He was off target a lot. And then also their coach is just a complete idiot who just goes for it whenever on fourth down and just has no time management. So he puts his team in bad positions to win to lose games. So expect more of that. But also, again, the Chiefs did a tush push at 4-2, like from 4. So it's, who knows what Andy Reid's going to store up. But I think Andy Reid's track record's a lot better.
Chargers are kind of playing for their life right now too. This is
dangerous.
They've got one win, or they'll be, if they lose tomorrow, they'll be 1-5 in the conference.
I think they'll be 2-4. The record's gonna be 2. The Broncos are 1-5. And they're God, they're so bad. I can't. I could do an hour about just laughing at the Broncos. The Chargers are 2-4, and so if the Chiefs win this game, and I don't know if you've seen the Raiders, but they're not exactly good either because their quarterback is hurt and they're starting like a rookie. So the Chiefs win this game, they pretty much clinch the division.
Right?
It's week 7. So it's a big game. It's a big game. Chiefs, it's good to get Charles Omenihu back. I'm looking forward to seeing that action. Good, looking forward to seeing Mecole Hardman. But I just think that this defense is just so good right now, locked in, that I think they'll have another good game against Hey Bear and the Chargers.
Hope so.
And now, are you guys? Because we talked about the Chargers fans. Like, what kind of fans are you guys? Like, are you guys very emotional? I know we've discussed this a little bit, but like, you're watching the game. Like Trenton, you said that you don't really care if the Chiefs win or lose, but when you're watching the game, how passionate are you? Are you just like Marion Doe, her name, the passionate Chargers fan, or are you just like, yeah, it's a game?
It's a game, but like when
dang it, Trenton, it's not a game.
It's not.
The lifestyle. I mean, I jump up and down, I hoot and holler when things are going good, but like if they like the opponent makes like a great play, I'm like, oh, that was actually a really good play. Wow,
really?
You go on, but don't do it again. But like, the script is written very well, and I'm really good at catching loopholes or predicting how a script is going to end. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Rooster, what kind of fan are you? Are you like can neighbors hear you?
I've calmed down a little bit here in my older years. I used to be pretty wild, jump up on the table, maybe smack a little kid around,
Oh, good. Okay.
Push them down, stuff like that. Throw them outside when it's cold because they threw an interception or something.
Oh, yeah.
But I kind of quit doing that stuff, and the neighbors probably still can't hear me though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my neighbors can hear me too because I'm yelling, and I don't even know what I yell, but I'm like, and it's mainly I'm just yelling at the officials. Like I'm going, why are you calling that a flag? You idiots! Yeah, come on and pick that up.
I just remember
the receivers to drop passes. What's that? Tell me, huh?
Sorry to cut you. I remember like growing up because like he would just he would just yell things like out of like exasperation, like these guys suck, or like F these explicit and stuff like that. Sometimes borderline racist slurs, but no. Anyway, it's okay. We're mixed. We're Mexican. We can say that. So anyway,
not okay for me.
It's not for church ears, but I remember growing up and I liked the game. It was cool, but there were some nights where I really, really, really wanted to watch The Simpsons and Futurama, and the game was just still on. So, well, I might as well just sit here until it's time to watch what I want. But no, I'm glad that I ended up becoming a Chiefs fan, but I just wanted to share that because
Simpsons. Oh man, imagine if you're a 60 Minutes fan, and you're like, oh man, coming up next 60 Minutes, except for on the West Coast. I'm like, oh man, I want to hear more about this. I don't know, AI experiment. I'm having to watch the end of those games, but yeah, Man, I'm a very passionate fan. I remember. Do you remember a couple years ago the Chiefs were playing the Browns in the playoff game, and that was the first Tinny Things Possibles game where they barely won, and Mahomes got hurt. There were Browns fans at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I got into a shouting match with them. I was like, "Yeah, you guys suck, suck." Same old Browns. You guys got beat by a backup. That was our backup, you idiots. So yeah, and I was like, man, somebody's just gonna kick my butt. Because if you see all the fights at stadiums,
yeah,
it's just crazy. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm actually excited because I think the offense is going to step up, and I think our defense is still going to put the clamps down. So let's just, let's put some distance between us and the rest of the division.
Yeah.
Hey.
Good idea. I think it's going to be 25-23 Chiefs win.
Oh, too close.
Yeah. It's going to be a close game. It always is.
You think so? It is always with the Chargers because, yeah, I think if it's going to be like that, I think the Chargers score late crappy touchdown to make it within and then try to onside kick.
Well, the Chiefs' defense is playing so good that they just make it to where if any opponents get anything, they're earning it. They're dogging it. It's a long game, and you're seeing them get tired by the end of the game, and then literally you just can't slip up. And they're just going to charge her whenever it comes.
Chargers are going to charge her. Yes, we all can agree on that.
Even that fan can.
Even a fan, Marion.
It's going to happen at some point.
Anyways, this is it for the podcast, Trenton and Ryan Project. And thank you to Rooster for coming on and supporting us and bringing your Chiefs energy with us. Because man. It's been a fun ride, right, guys?
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I'm going to say 27-24 Chiefs.
27-24. I'm going to say I'm going to say 35-24 Chiefs.
I like it.
I would love that. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
That would be cool.
Shout out to the Chiefs at GEHA Field at Arrowhead.
Okay, but they're not paying us.
Let us know in the comments below who we should have next as our guest.
Yes, Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce. Either one. Yes.
Yes.
All right, guys. You all take care. And as always, go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.